The Transport and Logistics Bureau has submitted to the Legislative Council its proposed legislative framework for regulating online ride-hailing platforms. Under the framework, companies, drivers, and vehicles providing such services must obtain operating licenses.
Hong Kong began having online ride-hailing services in 2014. After 11 years, a policy framework is finally on the way as the Transport and Logistics Bureau submitted a proposal to the Legislative Council panel on transport. For online booking platforms, the companies must be registered in Hong Kong with permanent executive staff and an office. Their business experience, capital investment, and proof of financial robustness will be considered in deciding their eligibility. The platforms will also be required to set up a complaint mechanism and a driver rating system. They can set their own fares according to market conditions, and customers must be informed before the trip. Authorities are considering introducing a levy for each trip. The service platforms are also required to pay license fees based on the number of vehicles they have. The license will be valid for 5 years. Each company can hold one license, which will be non-transferable. Meanwhile, drivers must be at least 21 years old, hold a private car driving license for at least 1 year, have no records of serious traffic conviction within 5 years prior to the license application. They must pass a designated examination. Their permit will be valid for 5 years, renewable but non-transferable. So far, there is no upper limit on the number of driver's licenses. Drivers can take orders from multiple ride-hailing platforms. The vehicles they drive shall not exceed 7 years old at the time of license application. Apart from annual inspections, the cars need to have commercial vehicle third-party insurance. The car's license will be valid for 1 year and can be renewed for a maximum of 5 years. The taxi owner representative says the move will impinge on the trade, not just in terms of chipping away their clientele, but also the number of taxi drivers. He says young people would rather provide hailing services than driving a cab. Lawmaker Michael Look from the Federation of Trade Unions calls on the government to carefully assess market demands to determine the number of licenses to be issued to online hailing cars, especially their proportion relative to taxis.
My take is that we start with things on which we have a consensus, and on this basis we can then go on to resolve other technical issues.
The government is aiming to introduce the main amendments to the Legislative Council in the third quarter of this year and complete the scrutiny process within this legislative year.